Was it for like before we started?
Oh, I guess I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Let's go and get started now, cause I don't
We started. It's going.
know. Oh. Mhm.
It's already going.
You're not doing it on your page, I guess.
What you mean?
What are you doing from the Caravan page?
It was from all the pages. My page, Caravan, all of them. Redux, all
Oh,
of
okay. There it is. Now. Hey y'all, hey, come on in, come on in. This is the Caravan of Dreams to redo. You know what it is? It's Thursday, it's 8 something. Oh,
what?
I just said it was Thursday.
What?
It's Monday, it's 8 something. Y'all know what it is. It's the Caravan of Dreams to redo. Come on in, come on in. Be sure and like and share, like and share. Tell somebody to tell somebody that the Caravan of Dreams is on. All right.
Man, I ain't even made to my page yet. I'm so discombobulated. So,
Theme manuscript, how you doing? Appreciate you.
man, I just got through talking to him in the inbox. He must have jumped right
Come
on
on
over.
in, come on in. All right, all
Nikki
right, all
Star, what's
right.
going on, man? It's good to see you on the broadcast. DJ Titanic T, what's going on, man? I see her doing some big things down there in Houston. She's starting a whole movement down there.
Nicole Blackwell, thank you for joining us. We appreciate you. How you doing?
That's Nikki Star. She in the what is that? I think it's Queen of Spades. It's the female side of OU, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Oh yeah, no problem, Nicole. I'm a support. If I mess with you, I'm a support. Period.
All right, all right. We appreciate you. We appreciate you.
Oh, I gotta put us up there. They're not even looking at us. My bad. Playing the production team. Oh man.
All right, all right, all right. Hey, everybody. Hey, y'all. Hey. We're about to come up here in just a second. Oh, there we
Oh
go.
Lord Jesus.
Oh, for real. Oh,
Oh,
a little bit. Just a little bit. All right, y'all. We just a little technical difficulty. Hold on. See, we need a production team. That's it. That's fine. I don't think it did nothing.
okay.
All right, all right. So here we go. All right. So listen,
Talking
we're
about
gonna go ahead
Friday?
and get
They was deep
started.
in there Friday. I think that's what he's talking about. Go ahead.
We're gonna go ahead and get started. So let's talk about this. So did everyone see where there was a lady at Bishop Noel Jones Church came in and she just walked up to the pastor's wife, right? And punched her in the face, knocked her out, like not literally, she was out. Boom. They had to call the
Nah,
ambulance.
don't nobody. Don't. First of all, don't. If it's church, people don't fool with the church no more.
Huh?
So ain't nobody see that. Only church folks seen that.
But it was a whole bunch of church folk. It's a mega church.
I don't care.
So what are you
I'm
saying?
just not finding out about it. I don't even
Okay,
know.
well, so yes. So they now first of all, here's the thing. So why was this lady able to just walk right up to the first lady, boom, boom, dun, dun, dun. She walked, just go right up to her, then punch her in her face. She fall out, like literally knocked her out.
Yeah, she didn't see it coming, so
I mean,
she
she
was
didn't.
defenseless.
Right,
So
right.
did she know the lady?
So now here's the thing.
That's how she
So
probably made it up there. They probably somebody probably knew her. You know.
well, I mean, in my opinion, that was too accessible. I mean, I agree. I think that it's cool first that a mega church would allow people to just, what I'm saying, have that kind of interaction with the first lady and the pastor, whatever. But that was where the security or somebody. Somebody should have been
I mean, that's
watching or
supposed to be a
something.
safe place. Like
It's supposed to be. It's
now,
supposed to be.
the pastor he got his deacons or whatever,
Right.
stuff like that. But
Right. The
you
armor
know,
bearer, somebody should have been there.
I guess. But like I say, does that lady know? You know what I'm saying? Is she somebody that recognize her face? Does she come on Sundays? Even in a mega church, you may see somebody a lot, see somebody every Sunday, and it's like, okay, they cool.
Right,
You
right,
know.
right, right, right. So,
Do we know if she's a member?
so here's the thing. Apparently, she goes to the church.
Okay, so that's
Okay.
how she made it up to the front.
Okay, I guess so. But now, so she came back after she bonded out of jail, right? She did go to jail. And so she did went on live and she said, I just wanted to, talk to y'all because people are saying some crazy stuff about me. Okay, first of all, the fact that she said that word, but then she said that y'all don't know that she got up under my car and took my brakes off.
What the huh?
Y'all don't know that she stole my identity. She stole my food stamps. That she stole my clothes. She broke into my car and stole my clothes while I was sleeping in my car.
What?
Yes.
Oh, she got some mental issues.
Yes. Yes. So at the end of the day, it's like, ma'am, what? What the fact that she said that this lady would get up under her car
Took her
and
brakes
took her
off.
brakes off. Yeah.
I can see if she
The
said
first
that
time?
she had a man do it for her, but if she jumped
No.
up under there
Yes.
and took the brakes off,
Uh-huh.
yeah, we need her evaluated.
Right. Right. So
For real, say she a mechanic. Simple as that.
I mean, we talk about this is she said this is this lady saying that Bishop Noel's wife did those things to her.
Yeah, she's a little delusional.
Yes. And so the reason why that she went and punched
She
her,
went and punched her in the face. I
yeah, she
knocked
said
out.
because this lady has been stalking and harassing her for years.
For why? Did you say she was living in a car?
Yeah.
Why is she harassing a homeless
Right.
lady?
Yeah.
I mean, but that's hey man. You know what? I was out driving today. I was out driving down by the shelter down there off of Lancaster, and the dude was walking around my car, man, just talking to himself and just man. I let I had the windows down, but I let my windows up. I'm like, man, I don't know if he finna snap or not.
Right.
Like he making rounds around my car while I'm stopped at the stoplight. I was
Okay.
like, you know what, man? Hey,
Wow.
I don't trust it.
Right.
I,
Who do you trust? You don't know who
if
you
he
trust.
snapped, yeah, I might have been knocked
Right.
out. You know what I'm saying? In my front seat.
Okay. Exactly.
So yeah, you just that's mental. That's mental
Yeah.
illness, and I bet they're gonna look out for that now. I bet the armor bearers ain't gonna let nobody else get close to
Right.
the pastor's wife. So and
Right.
that's other churches are gonna take This gonna set a precedent with other
Oh yeah,
churches, and they gonna
yeah,
same thing as the church shooting or whatever.
right,
We started having armed armor bearers at that
right,
point.
right,
So,
right.
church gonna get it together.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, a lot of people are, LTC, right? And so somebody gonna be ready next time, and that's gonna be unfortunate.
Michael Barrington saying, there's two sides to every story.
I mean, it is, but the stuff that she told the
Right, that
public,
story just ain't.
yeah, that
It's
stuff
not
was
real
very
believable. I'm gonna need more evidence. Like, you got to give me some surveillance video of her
right,
climbing up under your car.
right, right. So I don't know. That was very weird.
Rip said, I don't like them people. I feel like they got COVID-19. You say, Lord, forgive me.
Oh
I roll my
gosh.
windows up too. I don't necessarily roll my windows up, with anybody, but I mean, if they acting a little erratic and if they making rounds around my car, mumbling to themselves, oh yeah, man, I got to roll my.
Well, you know what? Because my thing, I'm that person that I will give. You know what I'm saying? I see you out there. You know what I'm saying? Homeless, whatever, and I give. You walking out, with a limp or whatever, and a cane and a, walker and all this, and you out in the 100-degree sun. I'm pulling out some money. So this one guy, he was standing out there in the middle, and I slowed down. Light turned green. Guess what? I slowed down. I gave him some. I had a $5 bill. I went on and gave it to him. He said, "All right." And I said, "God bless you." Yeah,
I mean, you might not believe in your God.
sir. But he didn't even say thank you. I want to back up and pull my five out of his hand because I need you to be some appreciative.
Say, man, Every-
Appreciative.
everybody don't appreciate like you appreciate. He might
Mm.
appreciate it. That his way of appreciating it was, hey,
There's nothing appreciative
that's
about
his
that.
show of appreciation, man.
Nothing.
That's his
Like
show of appreciation.
you, sir, you better say something.
That's why you give, and not really think about how they react to it. You're really giving for yourself.
I mean, indeed, I am. But I felt like the fact that, most of the time they're like, the guys
Thank
that
you.
be
I
listening,
appreciate it.
yes,
Thank you. They be
yes,
like, bless you,
something,
bless you, bless you. Hey
something. This
man,
guy was like,
everybody ain't gonna react like you.
he gave me the nod, like,
That's it. That's
I
the nod. Appreciate it. Hey,
no,
appreciate it.
I.
Yep.
So,
Already Vanessa say he needed a 20.
man, look here. Next time I'm gonna get some
He
chicken. That's
said
what
he
I'm gonna
needed
get
a
some
20.
chicken.
Pastor JT, man, well, good evening, man. He said good evening. Um you remember Pastor JT, the first dude who performed at Narcissus thing?
Oh, okay, yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yep.
Okay,
Did this thing. If y'all not following that man, y'all go follow that man, Pastor JT.
all right.
Um Pretty dope inspirational artist there. And he's climbing the charts. That's a good thing. But yeah,
Yeah, that's what's up.
Vanessa say he needed a 20. And
Okay,
then
listen. I know, 20s. I don't give 20s. I used to don't even give fives. I used to just give ones.
Dean
I
said
just happen to
don't
have
take
it.
that. He said don't take that $5 back. It's contaminated
Oh
now.
my
He
gosh.
that's just his bias. You just was wrong, Lord. He ain't mean. He know not what he do with.
Listen.
You know not. They put a fence in the middle of the road over there on Lancaster. I guess
Oh, they
they're
did.
running across the street right over there by the
Right.
so it's a fence now. So
Oh,
you
okay.
can't just cross, you know what I'm saying? You used to, I remember, we was kids, that was one of the roughest spots. Rosedale and Lancaster was
Right.
one of the
Right.
two of
Right.
the roughest spots to cross the street.
Right.
No more, man.
No
It's a
more.
whole fence going down. All they're gonna do is cut a hole in it. You're gonna wake up, we're gonna wake up one morning, there's gonna be a hole in that fence.
Wow.
That's all it's gonna happen.
Okay. Wow. All right. So anyway, so this past weekend there was two guys that in Dallas. This happened in Dallas. And so they were fake maintenance men. So they at this apartment complex and they were at this door of this apartment. People happen to have, cameras, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so they were like maintenance, and the guy was like, nobody's here. He said, maintenance,
Huh?
we need to check your air vents or something. He was like, no, we good, we're good. No, we're good. No worry about it. And I guess he was saying like, nobody's here to let y'all in or whatever the case may be. Somebody was there because clearly they're talking
Right.
and they're recording. And so what happened was the guy, I guess he backs up and walks over across the hall, in the little breezeway where the apartment is. And apparently he must have cued his homeboy or something, right? Like nobody's there or something. And so The homeboy comes now. They try to kick the door down. They start kicking the door down to these people's apartments,
Okay.
and so it was answered with some gunshots.
Oh, the
Yeah.
dude started shooting.
Yes.
Did
The
he hit
person
him?
on the other side, he said, they ran, they got up out of there.
Oh,
Now, if they
okay.
hit him or not, we don't know. They did run away pretty fast. But if they ran or if they did get hit, I mean,
I mean, he got what he was asking for.
right, right. That's my thing. Like, at what point do you think that that maybe you need to okay, we shouldn't have shot. Like, what if they'd have shot and hurt somebody would have got hurt or a fatal shot or whatever.
Nobody get nigga. They trying to kick my door in.
This is true. Now, is that now? Would the law say, "Hey, you tried to kick the door in? Sorry."
I don't know.
Yeah.
They should. I
Right.
mean, I
So
don't know.
that would be my
Do we
question
got
to
stand your
someone
ground in
who.
Texas?
Well, is that stand your ground? Because stand your ground, I thought was the face to face type situation.
DJ D Real was good, man. Rip say do the gun sounds again.
I don't know. What is the gun sound?
uh,
Is stand your ground a thing in Texas though? Like I
that's
didn't
what
think
I'm. That's what
that.
I'm.
I thought when somebody come on your property, then you have a right
Nigga,
to
you if you kicking in my door,
right.
you on my property.
I thought
You trying to get
I thought they had to walk in first.
now. That's how you die. Because
Right.
if I don't shoot until you walk in, I'm gonna hit you. If I
Yeah.
just shoot at the door or whatever,
Right. Right. I'm saying if they had shot him out there, boom, and then he out, and I'm just
why is you doing all the
hey,
why
I'm
are you
just
doing all the
saying.
booms? Ow.
Hey, I gotta get a sound effect so y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. But it is,
yeah,
if
you got
that
the whole
happens,
comment section laughing.
yeah, if that happens, then who's liable?
I don't know who's liable. I don't care who's liable, but I think it's less damage if I shoot at the door.
Right,
We
right,
got a whole door in the middle, so it's kind of a warning to let you know.
right,
Especially if you hear it or whatever the case,
right,
feel
right,
it,
right,
whatever. Then you know, hey, this nigga got a gun in here.
right,
So you
right,
got now you got a choice.
right,
You can
right.
keep running into the gunfire, or you can go ahead and get on up out of there. And I
Yeah,
think he did the right thing. He was protecting his property. He was
yeah,
protecting his home.
yeah, yeah.
So I don't know. I think in the court of public opinion, I think in the courts period, I think he'll be all right.
You'd be okay.
Now if he hit the dude, that's a different story. But still, I think he'd be okay. The nigga's kicking his dough in, and then they pretending to be maintenance. Me like,
Right, right.
you play stupid games, you get stupid prizes.
Yes,
So
yes.
I just can't. I can't see them becoming victims just because they got hit.
Oh, okay, okay,
Um, that's- your sound effects. It said they awesome, man. Misha Davis said you have a right to protect yourself and your property if your life is being threatened. Their life was being threatened. Period.
okay,
Uh, Michael says Texas does have a stand your ground law,
okay,
and
okay.
I I can see Texas having a stand your ground law because yeah, we down here in a
Yeah, the
Republican
NRA.
country. Yeah, we
Yeah.
NRA certified. We shoot your guns down
Right.
here. So yeah,
Okay.
we if you feel threatened,
By all means.
knock them down. And that go for the laws too. You they feel threatened. This is
Okay,
shit.
of course.
Knock them
Right.
down.
Of course with them. Okay. Okay. Well, there you have it. So anybody out there, doing fake maintenance or whatever, all right. If you get hurt, sorry for you.
Was it an apartment complex?
It was a part of
And that's the
complex.
thing. That's why I don't like living in apartment complexes
My thing
because
was it was an apartment right there across the way. Like these fools didn't care. They kicking down.
in apartment complexes, depending on which ones you in, people case your house.
Right.
They know what time you're coming. They know what time you're going. They know what time your neighbor's coming, what time your neighbor's going.
Right.
So they'll know when to, strike or do
Right.
what they're
Right.
gonna do.
True.
What they. I done got, burglarized a time or two in
Yeah.
apartment complexes,
Yeah.
and I know for a fact that they, what I'm saying, they watching.
Right.
Everybody's living on top of each other, so you could just look out the window.
Mhm.
If I go to work every day at a certain time,
Right. They know.
man,
Right.
these and it be a lot of times it is youngsters or whatever,
Yeah.
just and they'll watch. You know what I'm saying? Seeing you go to work, it's like okay, gone.
Right.
We can go in there and
Right.
do whatever. I had somebody steal. I had some Jordans one time. They went in there and stole my shoes, man.
Oh wow. Wow. How
A
do you get
nice
in?
little
How
Jordan
do you ever
collection.
get in?
I cannot remember what happened. I cannot remember. I knew the people that lived below me.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, it was
Wow.
crazy.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, it was wild. But yeah, they watch you. They watch you harder than your ring camera.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's one that is one thing that we can say living where we live that we have nosy neighbors.
Yeah, they
So
snitches.
please believe if there's a car out there that they don't recognize, they will say something. So
Snitches, they
yeah.
snitches. Say something, they gonna give you the license plate number.
Okay. It's a great car out there, the license plate
I wrote it
MYY.
down. No, they wrote it
Yeah.
down for here. You go.
Okay. So yes.
Oh my goodness.
We have to be grateful for that though.
Yeah, Misha said, and them shots could have got them based on how they hit the walls behind them. They were
Mhm.
lucky as hell they didn't
Yeah.
get hit. Ring type doorbells have changed the game on providing evidence of people's
Right.
stupidity.
Right.
Indeed,
Right.
indeed, indeed.
Yeah.
I got some good bloopers out of ring cameras too, though. People running away from them. I saw one where a lady was running from a wasp. She failed 2 or 3 times trying to run away
Yeah.
from a wasp.
Yeah.
So yeah, they can be entertaining as
Right.
well.
Right.
They
Right.
catch all the bloopers too.
Right. Right. See a lot of falls.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They said when you live around folks, it's common for them to know. It was common to know your neighbor's routine, and that's true. I believe that neighbors around here they know what I'm saying routines
Right.
and stuff like that. Plus, they'll let you know when they leave town. People cross the street from us to let us know that they're going out of town. They be gone for a little while, so they kind of let you in on it
Right.
as a means of
Right.
safety.
Right. Yeah.
They said some took advantage of it, good and bad, nosy neighbors both ways. Yeah,
Right.
because the ones who the burglars, they nosy neighbors in their own little way.
Right.
So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. With that, like I said, that's one reason why try to stay away from the apartments. They're just too close to each other.
Yeah.
And then you got the upstairs downstairs situation. If you downstairs, you hearing their move they make up there.
Right. 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 That is true.
That's it. I love nosy neighbors.
Yeah.
Nosy neighbor me.
Okay. Okay. So anyway, listen. This is week 2 of Fort Worth or Arlington School District starting, or whatever the case may be. And Arlington High School was on lockdown today
Oh, okay.
because they had they received a threatening phone call. I guess somebody threatening to come in, shoot up the place. And so Arlington PD went and searched, and I guess did everything, but they sent out emails or to the parents or whatever, and told them nobody come to the school right now. School's on lockdown. Nobody in, nobody out.
Man.
Second week of school. And here's
Wow.
the thing: just here recently, the case where the young man some years back had shot up the school just you know settled through.
Shut up to school in Arlington.
Uh-huh. Hmm. Yep, and he just now, I think they gave him 21 years or something to that.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. Some I
Uh-huh.
know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I mean,
But you know what? I'm not even gonna say nothing about that 21 years. I'm gonna leave that alone. But anyway, case on. But yes.
John Scott, thank you for dropping in. It's just a fact of life. Some people are not gonna follow the rules. Some people gonna use guns, you know, for something other than to protect themselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some people using to prove a point.
Indeed. Indeed. So,
Some people use them to get attention.
Yeah.
To bring attention to a situation or whatever, and don't care about really going to jail, nothing like that. So,
Right. Right.
and everybody think different. So you just gonna have those people who think in a wayward way. You just pray that they don't get the chance to hurt anybody.
Right.
But everybody think different.
Yeah.
So
And
that's just the way I see it.
the thing is that I don't know that if it just because now we have social media that we know about these things, but
That's why
back in the day, were people doing that?
we wouldn't know. We know today. It was today, earlier today,
Right.
and we know now.
Right. Right.
Like we probably wouldn't have known until next week if it wasn't on social media.
Okay.
We would have to talk to somebody who
Right.
has a kid in Arlington School
Newspaper or
District,
something. Yeah.
newspaper, read the paper or something
Right.
like that.
Right.
But now it's instant. We didn't have to read nothing. It came to us.
Indeed. Indeed. I just feel like, man, we didn't go through that, but hey,
We didn't see it.
this is true.
Yeah, we didn't
This
see
is
it.
true.
And then for me, I'm kind of getting into the whole mindset and energies type of situation. So that sends energies out. To hear about the shooting, to even know that it could
Right.
be done, that
Right.
sends energies out. It gives other people thoughts of
Yeah.
doing such a thing. So it's
Right.
like
Right.
it's an upside and a downside. We get the information quick, but it
Yeah.
also gives another person the idea
Right.
quick.
True. That's true. That's true. That is true.
Misha said it will blow people's mind to know how often schools
Ah.
receive threats
Mm.
and have to put students on lockdown. He'd say,
Wow.
sadly, our students experience this as a norm.
Wow.
I mean, you have to be careful.
Right.
You have to be careful. Um, it's called the public school system. Public school system. And that means anybody,
Yeah.
crazy people included. It's just something that you have to deal with now. We got a lot of new normals going on over the last course of the last 3-4 years. We've had a lot of new normal type stuff going
Right.
on. You just kind of got to roll with the punches on
That is true. That is true.
it. Misha said, and shout out to the bold students who don't live by the don't snitch code. They
Yeah.
actively report and prevent a lot of occurrences at
Yes.
schools.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's JT say, man, you forgot we had drive-bys in 91, 92.
Right.
And we did.
Yeah.
I think all schools they had,
That is true.
then
That is true.
what, the
The
drive-bys?
drive-bys. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And people got hit,
Right.
especially in the Dunbar Stop 6 area over there. And then, yeah, YSU South Side. So, yeah, I'm positive. So, that's that is crazy. Then he said, I'm glad my sons are graduating and finished. I pray for those with kiddos still going, like KJ and Judah. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
man. Look, we ain't gonna get into that. I'm
Listen.
just stay prayed up over here. I just once again, it's a mindset, and I have the mindset that we all children of God over here, and we do what we're supposed to do. So you know,
Talking about starting over. Look at here.
man, say man, it's a journey.
Indeed.
It's a journey. Big
Indeed.
fun. Vanessa said our world has changed drastically,
Right.
and it has.
Right.
It has. But you got to be fluid, and that's in anything. If you want to be successful, period, you have to be fluid. You got to roll with the
Yeah.
punches.
Yeah.
So you know, I don't know what we're headed to. I don't know where the powers that be are leading us, but as of right now, we don't have the power
Yeah.
to change anything. So you
Right.
just gotta be comfortable in change.
Right. That's it. That's it.
This is
So okay. So listen. Um. I'm trying to remember if we had talked about this, but there were the two kids that went to the apartment complex and got to use their pool. We talked about that.
mm,
So two black kids went into an apartment complex, and you know how kids go. It's hot. It's summer. They want to swim,
that was
so
this
they go
year.
to the huh?
That was this year.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
So they went to an apartment complex in Plano. They went to an apartment complex. Now,
Didn't we
here's the
have
thing.
an issue like that a couple of years ago? Well, go ahead. I keep interrupting you. Go ahead.
So they in the what do you call that, the apartment manager, she comes out and she starts fussing, telling them to get out the pool. You're not, this is not where you live, blah blah blah, whatever. And so the kids, they don't talk back, and then they just get out, right? And so they trying to dry off and dry their face, whatever, they getting ready to leave. So the apartment manager, Karen, right, so she grabs a can of soda and starts throwing it in the little boy's face.
Oh,
She opens it and starts throwing the soda in his face, and then she hits him with the can.
oh,
Yeah. So in comes the parents, after they done, went home and all this, and find out of course the apartment lady was trying to lie, but don't forget it's some cameras, ma'am. There are cameras everywhere, and we saw exactly what this woman did. And she later on, because people were coming after her, you know,
yeah.
and later on she was trying to come back and say, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do it, and I really apologize, and I just lost my mind, kind of thing.
No, no, you just lost your job. What you did.
Okay, me too.
Um, is it maybe she was mad? Maybe they do it a lot. Maybe she know the kids or something.
So what they saying is, these kids were, it was their first time. Kids weren't talking back. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
They wasn't me, you better blah, blah. None of that. They were just like, okay, getting out the pool. They drying off. They trying to get on out of there. And this woman go and decides she wants to, you know, throw
Take
some
matters in her
soda.
own hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's out of there.
Yeah.
That's out of there. But you talking about Plano?
Hmm.
I don't know how much.
We done seen some crazy stuff going down in Plano.
Right. So I don't know how much of a power structure we have in Plano. In order to even get the woman fired. You know.
The kids didn't cuss her out. They didn't say anything. As a matter of fact, they were very, what I'm saying, well mannered. Because from what we could see on the video, none of that happened. And even then, if it had, she would have came back and have already said that.
Uh-huh.
But all she's doing is apologizing at this point.
Dean said she should be charged.
And they are going after her. They are going after her at this time. So
Yeah. Heck yeah, that's assault.
yeah, yes, yes, it is.
That's assault.
So my thing is why does she even feel comfortable enough that she felt like that would be okay?
Man, I don't know. You act like we don't live in Texas.
I mean, I know, but
Some of these people don't understand about cameras and stuff like that. Some of these people are still down home, backwood country folks who feel like they can take the matters in their own hands, and they still have the power structure to be able to get out of trouble if something was to happen.
right,
This down home Texas.
yeah,
Plano ain't no big city,
right,
so probably thank God for the internet so we can get out to people and you can go after the Karens.
right,
But
right.
in past years, some stuff like that happened. You just get away with it,
Mhm.
and it happens all the time, especially down here in Deep South, all the
Right,
time.
right,
So, I,
right,
hey, hopefully the cameras catch all the Karens and we can get them all out the way. But
right.
as of right now, they still, there's still a coalition of them out there.
Yeah, indeed, indeed.
I hate it. It's two sides to it because, man, the kids have to understand that you put yourself in that situation.
Yeah, I get it, but it didn't warrant that.
It did not warrant that.
It
But
didn't warrant
that's how police brutality is made. You know, that's why I preach to all my kids. Don't even get into trouble because you never know what the punishment is. It may be severe, it may be harsh. We don't have control over how somebody's going to punish you. Only thing we have control over is keeping you from getting in trouble to be punished.
it. Yeah,
Once you jump out there,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
it's not a whole lot you can do.
Right, that's true. That
So
is
it's
true.
like, do what you're supposed to do, man. I know it's hot. I know it's hot. I get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
yeah,
But that's a trespass. And we talking about Texas.
yeah,
So if they're gonna hit her with a charge
yeah,
in Texas, the way these folks here do it,
yeah.
they're gonna try to hit them kids with a trespass charge.
Mm.
You know. So you just try to stay, away from stuff like that, man. Go play in the water hose, man.
Yeah, this is true. All of that's true.
But no say the kids probably cussed out. We ain't hear no cussing. So you say, did they look like they was cussing? They turn around like they was saying anything the
No,
kids doing?
the kids didn't say anything. They didn't say anything to him.
Say January 6th gave them strength and power to get their ass kicked. So a lot of people in general do not have respect of persons,
Right.
especially people who don't feel a sense of power in their own relationships. Hmm. Dean said, well, I assume that. KJ even said they didn't. Oh, he's talking about they probably
Right,
cussed
right,
them out.
right. Mhm.
He said that is right. But I said it is. We have kids trying to take over our pool, breaking in the gates, trashing the clubhouse. See, that's the thing.
Right. Now that I understand because that situation, if kids are going in vandalizing, that
And
kind
see,
of
we
stuff.
don't know what the backstory is. That it might have been happening, maybe not with them,
Right, right, right.
but shoot, maybe they found out from some other kids. It was like, hey, we went down to the apartments last week, went swimming.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
and the other kids probably ain't get caught. We're not gonna talk about them.
Right,
None of that. They got in, got out.
right.
But
Yeah,
you don't want to get caught. And I had to learn that when I was young. I do something and get caught, and all the other kids was doing it too. You
yeah.
the one got caught.
This is true. That is
So
very
just
true.
don't do it.
Yeah,
Don't do it.
Yeah, poor kids. I mean, I hate that, that they even, because they're gonna be scarred by that whole, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was discrimination, you know.
I mean, if you are scarred by that and you want to make some type of change, then that's gonna take work. That means you need to go into the political system, maybe get involved with some of the, some of the
Right,
systems or whatever.
right,
Even as a
right, right,
kid,
right, right.
if it really hurt you like that, and it's something that you want to change, then maybe that's what you want to pursue as far as your educational
Right, because you
process.
never know what that would breed. Maybe one of them might become an attorney or something.
Right.
Despite that kind of
I'd
thing.
rather than become an attorney than
Right,
somebody who hate
right.
white people or
True.
something like that.
That's true.
Um,
That's true.
I mean, dude, I ain't gonna lie. I tell my kids I don't trust them. You have to give me a reason to trust them, because history says, you know, that they still kill and destroy. I'm sorry, they still kill and destroy. That's what history says.
Yeah,
So until you prove yourself to me, I don't trust them neither.
yeah.
And then with something like that happening, I'll be like, man, I don't know.
Right,
I don't know what these folks
right,
gonna do.
right. Yeah, that is true. That is true. You know, I said that to say there was when I was probably 19 or so, I think. So I was sitting in class in college, and the professor, he was talking. It was a history class, and so then he got on, talking about a little Black history or whatever the case may be, and he said, so yeah, so the N words, they just blah, and I was like, oh, okay. Mind you, I'm the only Black person in this class. I am the only Black in the class. And he just, it just rolled off his tongue like,
Like it was nothing.
yeah, as if what, he was like, yeah, and the N words, they came over and they did this or whatever.
First of all, we
And,
ain't come nowhere. We was
but the fact is that he used that word so freely. And I felt every head turn and look at me because
Mm,
I'm the only Black person in this class.
yeah.
And so now,
He's describing you and your
yes,
grandpa, you and your
I'm the
ancestors.
N word. He was talking about me, people that look like me with nappy head like me, kind of thing. I just felt like I literally felt like I shrunk in my seat because I'm like, why would he say that? And see, I wasn't the vocal person that I am today, because I feel like if I was today's Christy, then I probably would have stood up in that class and I would have hit that desk and said, sir, you.
Mm,
But instead, I just crawled in the ball and I couldn't wait for this class to be over. And I went home and I told my mom.
well, what your mama say? What she?
So my mom and my stepdad, they went to the dean of the school, and the dean had the man to write a letter of apology, something like that. But today it would have been much. That was back then.
Did he apologize in person? Did he look at you and apologize?
No, he wrote a letter or something. I think email or something.
Boy, that's some
Yeah, I didn't
whole
go back. I
boy.
was that was it for me. That literally kicked me out of that class.
I mean, still, as a parent, I would have been like, because he looked at you. I'm sure he looked at you when he said it in class.
I'm sure if after, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like it just rolled off and he just kept going like seamlessly.
No, he got to face you and apologize. If I'm a parent,
Hmm.
and we're gonna have this meeting, you need to go get that professor right now,
Right,
and he needs to come in here and he needs to look, my daughter that he offended
right,
in the
right,
face
right.
and apologize. I can't
Yeah,
go for that, man. I
yeah,
couldn't go for that at all.
yeah.
Uh,
That tore me up. Like literally, I was done. I didn't want to go to school no more.
well, all right. Tamara Morgan, welcome in. Lucretia Miller, welcome in. Deborah Jones, welcome in. We got some visitors and
Hey y'all, hey.
visitors. Clyde McGee said, "Yep." He said, "Yep, I don't trust these Edomites."
Right. Okay.
I mean, for me, and it may not be right, but I kind of treat them like they treat me. They don't trust us. Until we show to be trustworthy.
Right.
Until we show to be trustworthy, they clutching purses and locking doors. So, based on history, I should be doing the same thing. before I get my property taken.
Right. Right.
So
Right.
yeah,
Right. So,
he said if it would be vice versa, we would have had to publicly. Heck yeah, you had to publicly apologize. Heck yeah. It wouldn't have been swept up under the rug or nothing like that. It'd have been public information. Everybody would have found out.
yeah. Yeah. But social media wasn't a thing back then. So,
Mhm. I mean, social media wasn't a thing back then. Justice, wasn't as
right.
big back then.
Right. Right.
Exposure wasn't as big back then. They could sweep it. Now, obviously, they swept it up under the
Yeah.
rug.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. But that just goes to show his comfortability. It rolled off his tongue because obviously he uses that word on the
Awful.
regular.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
there you have it. So anyway, so on a lighter note, so now, well, I'm saying a lighter note, maybe not. So there was a teacher that was fired recently because one of their students who graduated, they went to the party. They went to the graduation party and decided to dance with that student while the student is, doing the butt type dance, doing the butt,
Oh, wait a minute.
dance.
It
And the
wasn't a
teacher,
dude, was it?
yes, yes. And so the teacher gets behind the student and yeah,
Yeah, he lost that job.
yeah.
That was quick.
Now it was a graduation party.
So I don't care.
So
I don't care. Mm-mm.
no,
Too soon.
okay.
Too soon.
The student's 18.
That mean he was waiting. That mean he was grooming that person, that little girl, man. That's sounding real R. Kelly-ish right there. Nah, nah. He shouldn't have gone to the party,
Right,
first of all.
right, right,
But
right. Unless you're gonna stand over there on the side with the parents, because this is one of your favorite shit students.
yeah. And I mean it you can't do nothing legally, you can't do nothing. But I
Right.
think it's a conflict of interest,
Hmm.
when you talk about a school. Because
He got fired.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's conflict of interest.
Mhm, mhm.
Like he might be doing it next year. You know what I'm saying? To the next 18-year-old. That
Right.
means this dude might be watching the freshmen grow up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I can't wait till she graduates.
Can't wait to go to that
Right.
graduation
Oh,
party.
man. No, bro. No,
Yeah.
bro. Uh.
Yeah. He was
Dean
out of
said
order.
hate gang. I think he going back to
So yeah.
the Edomites, yeah, that part right there. It's not about it's not about hate. Because I don't hate anybody. I don't hate anybody. It is about trust. Because sometimes you can't just trust anybody. You can't just trust anybody. And it doesn't have a lot to do with it has nothing to do with hate.
Mhm,
Nothing to do with hate.
mhm.
But you just have to watch your surroundings. You got to watch out.
Yep. Yep.
Uh,
So anyway,
Deborah said not right at all.
right. Yeah, he
Liv
was out of
said
order. He was
too
out of order.
soon. And that's true. Too soon, man. You can't. Come on, man. I would say, you know what?
What's the right age?
No, 18 is the right age.
Okay.
But she needs to go, now, all that doing the butt. Now she went to be a stripper. And I can't. I'm just saying, a lot of girls come out of high school and be strippers. Nigga go and work at the strip club.
Oh, okay.
So if they not
It was
strip
their graduation party.
strip clubs invite you. Have you seen the cabaret on 35 when they every year around graduation they have the the little one liners as far as the girls that graduate or whatever. It's like you welcome here.
Wow. Okay.
I wish I could remember some of the phrases that they have up on this. But anyway, when it's time graduation time,
Right.
they
Right.
always have something smart to say on their billboards.
Oh, okay.
They invite 18-year-olds. That's the whole industry, whether it's just straight, stripping or whether you want to go into the pimping. You want to get them when they're young.
Wow.
You want to catch them when they're young, right at 18. As soon as they legal, you snatch them on up.
Wow.
So, in saying that, if the teacher frequents,
Right.
blase strip club
Right.
and the girl's a stripper,
Mhm.
fair game. So you put herself out there, fair game. That's
Mhm.
that's a sex worker.
Yeah.
That's the industry.
Right.
But you go to the party, no man, you can't do that.
Yeah. Right.
Can't do that.
Well, my thing is I'm
Look
saying
at Rip
what?
talking about $6.99 T-bone dinner and tatas.
Oh gosh. what is the age to say, okay, you know what, you can go to this party as a teacher and dance with the student? What would be the comfortable, situation on that? Because
Um,
I don't know, even though I definitely don't like it, but I feel like, okay, so it's school is out, it's a graduation party, the kid's 18. What, I'm saying, where do we, I know morally he ought to feel some kind of way, but he's dancing.
you at a high school graduation party. You're at a high school graduation party.
Okay,
No,
so what's the age to say okay?
the age is okay. It's 18,
Well,
but
okay,
not
that's what I'm saying. Well,
not
I'm saying for a grown man, let's just, I don't know the age of the
legally.
teacher.
It's 18. They fair game at 18. It's
Right.
fair game, and man. If it's grass on the field, play ball.
Okay. Well, then how we blame this teacher then?
Because he has a moral obligation. He is a teacher.
Right.
That's a little bit higher of an obligation.
Right. So we put him
Because
like a pastor.
it ain't even like a pastor. Let me. It's he's a teacher. But he ain't supposed to be teaching that.
He is no longer teaching her. She's graduated.
I know. But that's a conflict of interest. Once again, how does that look? If he end up dancing with seniors every year, how does that look? So,
Like he's waiting till the kids become
right,
seniors.
like he's grooming.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, well, not that he's doing anything. He's just like,
he's just waiting. I don't want no creepy ass man teaching at my school, at my kids' school. Like once again, checking them out at the cafeteria. Like, I'm going to that graduation party. I bet I'm going to that grad. No, no. And now they show saying, what did you say? She needs to finish college before they say hi. Before he say hi.
Okay.
I would say that, yeah.
Okay. Okay. So that's what I'm wondering. It's like, what would be the appropriate time for him to dance with her? Now, then, didn't say that he was, trying to, do anything with just dancing. Like, but she happens to be doing this dance and this, I don't know. It could have started here, right? And then she decided doing the butt, then tried to turn around. You know how the girls
Get
turn
your ass
around.
get off the dance floor.
Huh?
Get off the
Then
dance
he
floor.
should walk away.
Walk away.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, you shouldn't be out there dancing with no kid. Dance with the kid's mama.
He don't know the mama.
I don't. He don't know the little kid. He shouldn't.
Well, he probably taught her. Hey,
What is he
I don't
teaching?
know. I don't know.
What is like Rip said, man. He said a teacher should not chase a student he know, and I feel like that's some chasing going on. Clyde says the teacher white.
Actually, the teacher was.
Teacher was white.
Yeah.
Boy, boy.
Mm-hmm.
I know Vanessa. I know. She said the grass on the field play ball. She's talking about my quote, and that's a horrible quote. That's a horrible quote. It's a very shocking quote, but I got that from guys when I was growing up. Older guys going after the younger chicks in high school growing up. I never followed. I was pretty much an older woman type dude or whatever. But yeah, that mentality. When I first heard, I was like, oh my god, that's
Right.
horrible.
Right. Like you've been watching, sir.
Yeah, that's horrible. But hey, that's the mentality that some of these guys, a lot of these guys out here, these guys who are picking up the little girls from high school, that's their thoughts.
Right. Right.
And that's why I said 18 is like it's fair game because some of these people are waiting for them to turn 18.
Yeah.
Some of these people are waiting for them to turn 18 and to go to the strip club.
I guess so. I guess so. So, at the end of the day, it was a situation where it kind of flipped. There, a teacher, now, mind you, a female teacher, she was 25, right? And she recently got terminated because she decided to mess with this senior who was 20 years old. And so,
Still a conflict of interest, man.
but you know what? So here's the thing. So they fired her, but she went talking noise. She was like, first of all, y'all knew I was young. Why y'all put this dude in the class with me and he's 20 years old? That's what she wanted to know. Yes, she was black. And that's what she wanted to know. She said it was their fault. Y'all the one putting him in my face.
And you the one who have no self-control.
Y'all playing in my face is what she said.
You don't have no self-control. All the people out here in the world, and you want this little dude in your class.
She said he was 20, and because she 25, she felt like,
You control your hormones. Come on, women. I'm gonna need y'all to do a little better, man. I'm gonna need y'all to do a little bit better. Judge said he been looking before 18 for sure.
yeah,
He been, yeah, yeah.
you probably saw her through a few grades. So,
Then he said, walk away from the peach. Once she turned that boy around, start moving around, man, you got to turn her. It's time to go home. Because I don't want to be known. I don't even want to be known to have been in the vicinity of stuff going on like that.
right,
So if it's twerking going on, me as a teacher, I don't need to be there.
right, time to go.
Because if it's twerking going on at the high school, a lot of times the teacher go in and break it up.
Mm,
So now you over here googly eyeing. Oh, nah. Yeah, like Judge said, he was looking before 18. And he was looking to be in an environment where he can go ahead and see her twerk. He probably seen her dancing or whatever beforehand. She might have been cheerleader, a drill team or something.
right, because first of all, he probably, I'm wondering, did she ask him, Mr. Smith, can you come to my graduation party?
Hey,
Or
man.
did he say, hey, baby girl, you got a graduation party? So I wonder which one happened. You know
But you
what I'm
know, it's
saying?
girls that have crushes on the teachers and stuff like
I
that,
mean,
especially when they're closer in age like
yeah,
that. You know, they have crushes like, come on down, Mr.
right,
Smith, come on down. We're gonna be out. Yeah.
yeah.
That. Now, also, you can have liquor involved.
Mm.
And when you got liquor
Yeah, that could
involved,
have been him.
yeah, bad judgment, you know.
Yeah.
Once again, he shouldn't have been there. If you got liquor involved, if they at a lot of graduation parties like that, yeah, the little kids are drinking,
Right,
and you don't need to be there.
right.
So yeah,
Indeed. Indeed.
yes, Vanessa, the mama. He needs to be dancing with the mama. He do not need to be dancing with the
He
child.
said he didn't know that, mama. What the heck?
And he said, horrible. Leave that little meat alone. Let it mature, age into a good ribeye. Let that meat marinate a little bit.
My.
Right. She could have waited. She gotta use some self-control, man. You can't just come on, man. You can't take advantage of this. I mean, even though he's 20, you can't take advantage of a dude like that, man. Find some other little 20. It's 20-year-olds out there.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe she got infatuated with him.
Yeah, I mean, he might have been a little cutie pie or something.
Right?
Marvin
Right?
McGee say, my mind telling me no, but your body, right?
No, no. Oh, that's just a horrible
Classic R.
analogy.
Kelly.
Oh,
Okay.
man, let's not talk about that man right now.
Ah, oh, well, hey, there we go. And so he's in the unemployment line at
Yeah.
this point.
I
So
don't even think he's in an unemployment line. He probably won't get unemployment for that.
yeah, probably and probably won't even be able to get on as a teacher again.
No more, right?
Somebody gonna be, you know what I'm saying? Take
Sometimes
that.
they have unions and he ain't gonna be able to do it.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Everybody's laughing at your R. Kelly impression. Man, no. Ugh,
Okay.
I don't, man. Mm. I guess like as I've grown older, it's gross to me. When I was younger or whatever, you would think it was cool. When I was in high school, I would think it was cool if you mess with the teacher or whatever. Or if the teacher was messing with the kid. If I was in my 20s, I'd probably be, man, a little lucky kid. But now that I'm older, man, that's rape. It's
Yeah.
statutory rape, man.
Right.
Oh Lord. If they sing it again, they say encore,
Oh
encore,
my gosh.
encore,
Lord.
encore.
My. We good. We are good.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right, we're gonna go out on some 12 play.
We sure not. Mm-mm,
Ah, all right.
mm-mm.
We good. We there.
Okay, well. We sorry for the late start, man. Life be life and
Yep.
it just happens.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
But we'll be on at 8 something, closer to the 8 than the something next week.
Yeah. We'll make up for it next week.
So
All right.
we'll catch y'all next week.
All right, family. Thank y'all again. We appreciate y'all for joining in and participating with us. We love y'all for that. So we will see y'all next Monday. Same jazz time.
Same jazz channel.
All right. Be blessed.
Oh, Melisha, I didn't know she was still in there. JoJo's in here. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, he say sing it again and shoot the guns.
What in the world?
Was just seen R. Kelly and put the brr, brr.
Oh my.
Boy. We'll see y'all next week, man.